Hi beautiful soul, here's Julie for another weekly guidance reading. This week I am bringing you a pick a card for you to choose from 3 different piles. Each pile has been really in tune to bring you the message that you need to hear this week or any other time. So it is all about what your inner self need to tell you, that need to be worked on. You will see when I will pass the video on for you to really tune in and choose your pile that there is a chakra oil on each pile. So for the first pile, it's the solar plexus chakra oil. So these chakra oil are made by me. What I do a ceremony to each batch that I made, or for a specific person. Each batch know the person they're going to meet already, and I infuse medicine in this oil that will really help you into your journey. So I do also a custom blend if you are interested. So everything is in the description down below. So the first one for pile 1 is the solar plexus chakra oil. So this one today is really here to bring you an understanding of the connection that need to be made with your inner child. There is a deep connection that need to be made to understand how to follow your path. Pile 2 is the heart chakra. The heart chakra today is really to open your heart to all the unknown, to really follow your truth. For pile 3, we have the crown chakra oil. This one is to help you to open your awareness of what is unseen in the physical world, but that exists on an energetic level. So I really invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, and let it go out through your mouth. Now just take the time to look at all the piles that I'm passing you right now and choose the one that really resonates with you today. Trust your intuition. Alright, group 1. So if you choose the solar plexus oil, this message is for you. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the time. I already picked up your cards, so I'm going to take the time to put them in front of me and see what comes. Alright, great. So I'm starting with your tarot card, and then we're going to go deeper in this message. So really, one thing that you really need to understand at the moment is that you need to keep having courage. It's a time where we are asking you to really remember that strongly and to really let the fear go, to actually go through the path that is waiting for you. We are in a time of collapsing, and that's happening for the collective. So it will be different for everyone in their life, but that's what's happening, and it's very asking you to keep trusting the process of this time. All right, let's diving into your message. So what I am feeling straight away that your inner child is really trying to bring you today is that it's time for you to actually think about yourself right now. So it is a time where you don't need to be at the forefront, you know, where you help your family, your kids, your spouse, your friend. It's a time for you to retrieve. So with the Ace of Cups, we have that deep message that it's time for you to take care of your emotion and to actually doing that, the way to do that is to retrieve, to actually be able to restore and fulfill yourself, to be nurtured, to come back to the forefront. So remember, if you are not good yourself, you are not able to help others. You need to be replenished. And what they're really showing me is that you empty your tank. And something that I would like you to really think is, if your car is a quarter full tank, would you actually go on the road like this and have the chance to actually break down, or would you actually refill your tank before you go on the road? And this is exactly that. So you are in a point where your energy, I like to do that exercise with my one-on-one session, is to feel where is your energy, because is this your limit? You don't want to get to the point where you are crushed to yourself and there is nothing left of you and you're exhausted, So you want to find, okay, right now I'm here, but I cannot pass this, because I need to keep some fuel in. So at the moment I reach that point, I'm going to know that it's the time for me to take the time for myself to expand and restore and nurture, to be good, to go back on the road. So that's really the message that is coming here today for you. There is the message of the death and the rebirth. So remember that it's a symbolism. It's something that is falling apart for you to be the person you are meant to be. So that's the card we have here. So here it's very telling you that this is the moment you are in right now, where all the part of you that won't serve you for the next part of your life is actually falling apart to rebuild the new you. And for that, you really need to take the time to rest and restore. And I know you may be busy with family, but you need to prioritize yourself at this time. And you need to make your family, your spouse, everyone around you understand that. Otherwise, you won't be good for anybody. It's a very strong message. That's how the guide and your inner child is telling me it's time to retrieve. Something that is really wanting to come is for you, so we have the Ace of Pentacle as well as the Ace of Cup. And the Ace of Pentacle is not quite there yet, so it came upside down. And it's here to really tell you that when you will have done that work, you'll be able to actually collect all the things that you have planted in the past. All the seed that you planted, they will grow during the time you are actually restoring. And when you come out of that completely refreshed, you will be able to actually just pick up the freshen, the abundance that have come from what you did in the past. So you have to understand that it's not that you go back or that you are missing on some things, actually, because while you actually restore, some things is happening that you have put together before. So it's just this part of life where you do, and then you need to be if you want. That's what I'm hearing. So at this stage, you just need to be. There is no need of action. You need to let all that you have done grow and to be ready to flourish when you come back out of that phase. So it's very important for you to surrender with that process, because that, if you are fighting that process, is going to really slow down the process of you nurturing and restoring to be ready for the next phase. It could take 6 months, and that's okay. Go look at the season. We go into winter, everything is dormant, and then we have the spring season where everything flourishes. So we have to understand that also the life is like that. Even if the society doesn't allow us to have this time where we can actually collapse to actually reborn, there's a very important actually phase of life. So it's very asking you to really trust the process, because the courage you will have to go through this phase of
death to be reborn, will really bring you on your path that you need to be doing. So it's just like it's very shredding you from all the things that you don't need, that stop you from really being what you need to be right now. So another thing that's coming very strongly is that to be able to do that, you can ask the support of Mother Earth. So with Gaia that's coming right now, it's very saying connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. So really ask her to help you to that process, connect ground, feel the roots coming down into the earth to help you doing that as well. So follow through this and balance. That's really what is asked for you right now. Let's continue into the card. So it's quite straightforward, this message. Yes, so the card that is coming right now is saying that if people ask you to be at the forefront right now, it's time for you to learn to say no. Because it's a time for you where you need to come back to yourself and you need to cleanse and protect yourself. And funny enough, the card that came down again is actually the solar plexus. So you could listen to the video about the cleansing process as well for you and the collective. I think that would be good. I will put that here for you. So it's important to have your boundaries, and I know it can be very hard to say no, and sometimes when we don't find our voice into that, we let people coming into our space, and sometimes people don't understand. But I think here it's very important for you to let your inner child talk for you. So it's very that connection. So there's solar plexus chakra oil could be amazing to help you during that process, because it's really coming quite a lot. So it's very asking to say no. You really are, and look at that, you really are on your path of awakening. And it's saying energy upgrade, a new way of being, integration. So what I love about this card coming right now is like you will not be able to integrate the light that is coming to you if you don't stop. And it's asking, take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the treadmill. So the message is actually super clear that for you to be able to receive the medicine, the light code, all that you need to be the person you need to be at the forefront in the next season, you need to take a break right now. And you need to say to the people around you, that's it, I'm retrieving right now. So it's a beautiful message. It's so clear. It's so clear. And then it says, I have unlimited potential and claim my purpose. All I need is within me. And I think that's, again, the connection to the inner child, because it's very telling you to connect to your inner self, to really listen to all that you need to be your full potential. I welcome clear vision in inspired action. So this is not quite there yet. So what I'm feeling with this card is that when you will have done the process of the death to rebirth, so it's really letting everything collapse, surrender with it, having courage and trust the process, you will have a very clear vision, and you will exactly know from within the action you need to make for the next step in life. It's very beautiful. It says here, convince yourself, not other. Karma is on your side. So it's quite interesting, because it's sometimes we think, we let other down, and that we that other will not be able to actually live without us. But actually, I think it's a chance that you are actually giving to yourself and to others, because you will let others also discover their own potential when you're not in the way, because sometimes we can be a good service, but sometimes we need to let others figure out their path. And I think that's very beautiful and important, that it's actually not about saying no to others, but it's saying no to yourself, actually, to say, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm actually needing the time for myself. So maybe it's not others that you need to convince, but yourself, like this card is just saying. And with the karma, it's on your side. I think this is a message of trusting again, that this is part of the journey to really bring you on your full potential, you know. All right, so the other emotional message that came here today is look for loath. Loathing begets more loathing. You only have to experience an attack of delirious giggle to know that. Moment of laughter can help to lighten our load. See things with fresh eyes and alleviate stress. Try creating a playlist of video clips that crack you up so you have them on hand. Seek out or reflect on scenarios that make you laugh out loud today. So I think this could be also like connecting to Gaia, is finding again what your inner child needs to explore the joy and the laughter and, you know, live life, love and really be childish and really be creative to nurture yourself. You see? And then the medicine that is coming today is the medicine of the horse, is progress on the path. And I'm going to actually read this to you because I think, you know, it's very important. I have a few other messages for you guys, but it's a beautiful card, and I want you to really embrace the light of the card because this is like a medicine in itself. So let this come to you as well. Oh, right, beautiful. It definitely came into you, definitely. And I just want to read to you the start of this card. Medicine horse, progress on the path. I am Medicine Horse, bringing you the message of freedom, journey and progress. Do not act as you thought you are a beast of burden. Claim your innate divine dignity. Allow yourself to feel and to be graceful. Recognize and honor your needs for rest, openness, safety and respect. An ability to hear, know and feel spiritual truth, which will guide you in every aspect of your life journey, is opening up. Connect with your spirit, live your truth. That's beautiful because it's really what we've been talking about. And I know that I need to read you the 3rd of February as well. That's what came up early on, so I'm going to read this to you. My higher self is immune to manipulation and guilt. Helping people to heal guilt is the most important work I do, say Louise. So this is Louise Hay, that actually passed quite a few years ago, and that is such a beautiful being and still with us, you know, in her spirit. And she has really helped people to heal on their path. So that's what she said. As long as you believe you are unworthy and keep making yourself guilty, you stay stuck in a story that does not want any good at all. Robert Holden asked Louise if guilt has any positive purpose. She replies, "The only positive function of guilt is that it tells you you have forgotten who you really are and that it's time to remember." Guilt is a warning sign, an alarm that sounds when you are not in alignment with your true nature and acting with love. Guilt doesn't heal anything, says Louise. Explain that, please, he asked. Feeling guilty about what you did or what someone did to you doesn't make the past go away. Guilt doesn't make the past better. Are you saying we should never feel guilt? No, says Louise. I am saying that when you feel guilt or believe that you are unworthy, you should use it as a sign that you need to heal. How do we heal guilt, Louise? Forgiveness. I really love this message, and I say that all the time. But it really, to me, gives a really strong message overall that yes, saying no to some things we are going to do, or saying no to someone for help, we can feel guilty about that. We can feel guilty of not actually acting on the duties or reaction we may have. So I think, here the message I'm receiving very strongly is that if you feel guilty to say no to someone and you stay with that, that's a part of the inner child that needs to be healed today. So I really invite you to surrender with that and to really work on yourself. And if you need help with that, please reach me, because I can, on one-on-one session help you with that, and we can work together toward this goal. And while you are resting, restoring, we can go deep into all of these emotions that are arising while you are actually following your path of trust. That's everything for today, my group 1. I hope this really resonated with you. If it didn't, please let it aside. That's all good, Just really trust what you needed to hear. There might be a few things, and if you feel that someone needs to hear this message, please share it with them. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye! All right, group 2, if you choose the heart chakra oil, this message is for you. I'm so happy to be here with you. So what I'm going to do is really, I have picked the card. I'm going to start with your tarot. But what I would like to say before we get started is that at this time is really to keep your courage very high, because we are going into a collective collapsing, and it is important to remember that this is to bring us on the path we are supposed to be and go. So that is very a message that I really wanted to bring you today, to really trust and have courage and let the fear aside while you go on this journey. All right, so perfect. I'm starting with few cards, and then we go deeper into the message. Two other cards. So it is very asked for you to have patience at this time, especially with the people you love. So everything is going to unfold at the time that is needed. We always say this, like the right timing. And it's very asked you to be patient with the people around you, especially if they're not yet on the same path than you, but I would say doesn't have the same awareness than you. So if you feel that, sometimes when you talk with them, they are not on the same page, they don't want to hear you, they don't want to understand where you are coming from with your ideas and thought, and what you bring on the table, to really be patient, because everyone is really on their own path and they may never understand where you're coming from, and that's okay. But it's very asked for you to not judge where they are coming from themselves, and also to surrender with that. So surrendering is a big emotion that we need to use at this stage, because it's going to help us to actually be able to be there for the people we love. Because if we continue to try to convince them to have the same idea than us, it's actually creating a distance and is creating, tension. And it's very asked for you to surrender, because you really don't need tension at this stage, because there is so much other tension that are taking part of the world right now. So also what I really want to say to you is, when you will be able to actually do that, you will be able to recall your magic, So I think the fact that you are in that judgment and that you are actually probably very tense, you don't allow your body to be relaxed, to access all the part of yourself that could be giving you all these abilities as well. So please take the time to breathe through this. That's very important. And also you will need, I know, no, it's not you will need. I know you are actually navigating things in the best way you can. And I think you are following the flow to where you are guided, but if you actually remove the judgment and actually relax more, you will have even more insight to where you are meant to be, to the quick move, and to be very, that's not an English word, to be very, I want to say meticulous about strategic, that's the word. You will be able to be very strategic and have all the insight you need to be strategic to find your path as well, you know, like the snake, you know, that find all this way around, very, very, we can say sneaky, you know, but in a way that is going through things without being seen, and doesn't mean that it will attack after or that you will attack, but it's just for you to, I don't want to say the word hide, but the word hide is coming. But I think it's in a way to protect yourself, because your argument can, I hear, annoy others, and you are also annoyed and frustrated that people don't understand your point. So I think it's very time for you to I hear the word breathe, you know, and to really come back to your heart. I think, you know, that's why you really come back to your heart and remember the true essence of the people you love and the people you are as well, and let them unfold on their own time. Yes, see what I love about this, because I was going to say you are following really the flow of where you are guided, but for that you really need to surrender very deeply. There is, no, it's not there is, it's you are a change maker and you make wave. So you can bother others with your argument, and that's okay. But what is asked for you at the moment is for you to be able to access all your light, is to really breathe through it and really go into this, even if you are a change maker that need to explore your voice and yourself and express all of that, you know, and be at the forefront. It is asked that you accept others the way they are. So you are an alchemy creator, you know, so you are actually bringing all the elements to actually create a change in this world. So you're really a leader. You are a leader that is here, but I think at the moment you're going with a lot of anger and maybe forefront, when actually you could go ahead with so much more flow if you allow yourself to go there. So that's a very beautiful message. I'm going to continue to pick the card. All right, so I love myself completely and unconditionally. So I think, yes, for you to be able to actually love others, it starts always from ourselves. Love and trust who you are fully, because, you know, when you are aligned with yourself, others accept you also the way you are. So I think there is some work to be done, and that's why you picked up the heart chakra. So if you would like the heart chakra oil made for you, please let me know. All the description are in the box down about that if you would like to order your one. I ship worldwide as well, and we can do that for you. But yes, there is that really strong sense of coming back to yourself deeply. You see, I love this because it's the gift of knowing. So you are really a change maker. You have the gift of knowing. It's the third eye, you know. You are seeing things that people are not able to see right now. And that's okay, because everyone is on their own journey. Yes, you see, you pick up the comparison. So no two flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. So it's not because someone thinks different than you that you cannot accept their beauty as well, because that's their own path, and everyone has the freedom to actually think the way they want. Doesn't matter if it doesn't align with you, doesn't matter if you actually see the truth, this is their truth. And they will awaken on their own time to maybe another truth. So please, no comparison, because the comparison dissociates you from actually being aligned with your heart and fully in love with you, you know. So that's very important. It create actually separation, and we want to bring you together for you to be able to actually access all your potential as well. Here it's actually you pick the card deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held, and I think maybe to actually be able to accept others and find that patience within you, there is some healing that need to happen. And the healing of patience sometimes need to be done retrieving yourself from the family member that you are trying to convince at this stage. And I think that's a really deep call that I will very encourage you to do if you feel that is what you need. All right. Do you know what is so incredible? Because even group 1 got the card no, but from a different deck. So I think it's a moment where it's very important to stand in ourselves, but also I feel that it's about being able to say no to our own self when we are in our own way. So if by judging others you cannot access your full potential, you need to say no to yourself and retrieve and say, okay, I need to do something different. So the message here is, do you struggle to say no sometimes? And that can be to others or to yourself. As little people, no flies out of our mouths all the time. Yet, as we gain more awareness of other reaction to our use of the word no, it can become harder and harder for us to express. If you struggle to say no, notice if it's because you are fearful of what another might think of you. Instead of judging you harshly as you worry they will. They might appreciate your honesty or show concern for your workload. How others perceive us is ultimately up to them. It's important to stay true to yourself and your values. And I think, you know, it's just like writing here. I think also what I would like to say with this very strongly is that if you are saying no to the trust of someone else and you know they react to that and you react to that, I think sometimes it's important to actually let go of that, or if you are unable to say what you think because you are scared that people will judge you, that's another thing again. But I think here it's really about being able to retrieve yourself when you know there is a start of argument happening and that you find yourself in a situation where it's actually very toxic for you, and so you have to say no, I'm going, and no to yourself, I'm not going to stay actually in this environment at this stage, even if it's the people I love. I need to actually replenish to really connect back to my heart and knowing the true essence of the love that we have for each other, then we can actually unite again together. So it's very important. Oh my God, I love that. Mama Quilla, Mandala of the Moon. So this is your healing today. So I invite you to really tune in into this energy of that card. Take a deep breath in. And let the light code come within you and the healing and the balancing that need to happen. And I'm going to read you what Mama Quilla is actually coming to tell you right now today. The message is incredible. I just love doing this work. I love that. Mama Quilla, Mandala of the Moon. I, the lunar mother, bring you my mandala of the moon to manifest through the law of magnetic attraction. My mandala is a sacred portal through which your dream, intention and vision shall pass into the wholeness of being, from the realm of inspiration into the world of form on earth. There is no need for doubt or concern, for even the appearance of delay signifies that the divine feminine mystery is at work, with timing unfolding accordingly to a higher loving wisdom. Trust that what is falling away is meant to be, whilst you have faith in new divine works being born. And I think this is really a message related to the patience, to let everything in your life unfold in the way it should. The other message that I have received is to read the 1st of July for you from Louise Hay, who passed away a few years ago, this beautiful being who have brought so much healing on earth and for people. Okay, let's see what we need to receive from that today. I flow with the change taking place in my life. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole and complete. I see any resistance patterns within me only as something else to release. They have no power over me. I am the power in my world. I flow with the change taking place in my life as best I can. I approve of myself and the way I am changing. I am doing the best I can. Each day gets easier. I rejoice that I am in the rhythm and flow of my ever-changing life. Today is a wonderful day. I choose to make it. All is well in my world. I love that, especially I see any resistance patterns within me only as something else to release. And I really love that, because I think it's what is happening right now with the message we receive is that for you to actually release any tension, to access your whole being and reconnect to your heart, to actually be in harmony with the people you love, even if they have a different way of thinking. Yes, that is all for today, beautiful soul. I hope this message resonated strongly with you. If it didn't, please let it go aside. Just take what really resonates with your heart. And I invite you to share it with people. If you feel that some people will benefit from this message, just pick a card this week, please do. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will see you next week. Bye. Group 3, if you choose the crown chakra oil pile, this message is for you. All right, so what I'm going to do, I have already picked the card for you, so I'm going to read the tarot, but I have a message for you before we start to that. It is very asked for you to have the courage in your soul to really walk this path right now. There is a real collapsing that is happening, and it's really, the energy are really inviting you to really trust the process of that collapse, all right, and that breakdown. So I'm going to pick the card for you. It's quite interesting because, yes, I think it's quite interesting that this message is here, and also to really trust the awakening that is coming within you right now. That's really what I'm hearing. Even if you don't see it in the physical world, trust really what is coming here today. All right, let's dive in, group 3. So the first things I see, it's really to connect to your inner world. And there is a creativity that is coming, maybe that you are feeling at the moment. You are full of ideas, you cannot even put them on paper because your body is like on fire, like really. And I think that's your connection to the crown chakra, is because the universe is really channeling so much for you. And I think it's very important for you to continue to ground through your root chakra. Then you can really manifest into the physical world what you're receiving from the energetical world. And there is something creative that you are birthing right now. So it took really a time of the moon, it's almost you have been in gestation. Maybe for the last 9 months, you have been in gestation, and now is the time where you are actually able to birth this idea. But it's very hard for you to really connect to your other chakra for that. So what I'm feeling is that it's giving you a lot of worry in a way to receive all of that. But that's in the past. It's because it's reminding you something from the past, and actually you can really let go of this because you're not on that past journey. Even if you feel that you are, it's a reminder in yourselves, but you're not on that path anymore. So please let that go. There is a really a very strong pull for you to let go of that and really tune in deeply into your creative being right now. So I feel also that there are some longing about being maybe stuck in the same place for a long time, and actually you need to understand that this time is propitious for you. It's actually here because you need now to be in one place to create what you need. So if you feel, you know, that energy of nostalgia about not being able to move from one place to another, travel, go and see your family, is because it is a time for you to really develop and birth this as you go. The other card that is coming is the Queen of Pentacles, and with this one, what I'm feeling today is really trust the feminine that is within you, that is pulling you to the right space, and again, that's very linked to your earth chakra, you know, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra, because you need to be anchored to receive all of that, to be able to actually make sense of what you are receiving. So that's very strong here. So it's saying accept and receive. You are a creator of earth. So the earth energy is coming here very strongly. So you know, I feel that what you are channeling may be to actually work with things from the earth. Maybe the idea is actually working with things that are very close to the earth. So who knows what it is, but it's there anyway to be born right now. So, all right, let's go even deeper. Yes, so you know, there is still within that process, and that was the same for group 1 and 2, is that it is still need of some stillness to heal and reveal. So what does that mean is that for you to actually be inspired, you still need to have the time to restore. So even if you are in that process of birthing and working really hard to actually create what you are receiving, materialize it, and you need to still think about the time you need to actually restore into that. So the 2 cards are like proper rest, help me to feel and look my best. So, you know, both of these cards are really encouraging you to continue to really look after yourself while you are in that process. It doesn't mean that you don't need any rest anymore. The other card that we picked is the throat chakra, resounding sound, and then the solar sound of mobility. You know, on nobility, but it's funny because I actually read mobility, but it's being noble. So to me, it's a bit, I hear the word humble. So while you are into that creation, remember that this creation is not from the ego. It's actually coming from a channel part of yourself to actually give you the ability to materialize what you need right now on this earth to have everything that you need for the future. So it's really an abundance that is coming to you. I feel with the resounding sound, I think it's really asking you to breathe through the process. It's very asking you to breathe through the process and to rest when it's time and when you feel it, and not wait that you have empty your tank to do it. So, well, see, do something new, something's different. And I think, you know, maybe you never tune into that creative part of yourself, because what the guide, the spirit is bringing you is something completely different than before. And it's very asking you to really go with the flow of that. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And what I'm hearing with niggle is related to wanting to move. But what I'm hearing very strongly from this card is to really use that energy of niggle and wanting to move, you know, because we have mobility as well. So it's the move. Channel that into the work you are supposed to do now. Channel this energy into that, because I think what is going to help within that is going to help others to actually be able to create their own world as well. And you know, again, in that card we have the purple color. To me, is very follow that part of yourself that is channeling through you. All right, so the emotion card today is we are never so disposed to bicker with others as we are when we are dissatisfied with ourselves. Being exhausted contributes to this, whereas great energy helps to foster fulfilling interaction. What new choice could you make today that will help you to experience better energy? And I think it is to really, I think the exhaustion can coming from that battling of wanting to be somewhere else than where you are right now. I think there is that sense. But what I'm feeling as well is that the energy that this crown chakra, that you are feeling so full in your head, is really what you need to tune in to grow your energy. That will give you so much energy, will refuel yourself, and at the same time remember to actually stop and recharge when you need to. But I think this process of creation is going to really fulfilling yourself and give you good interaction with people, because if you are creating a product or something, or a course or whatever you are doing right now, is going to give you the interaction you need with the right people around you. So we have a healing card today. It's Amuata, Sage of Higher Knowledge. And I invite you to just tune in right now into that energy. Let this be infused in every cell. Let the light God coming into you. Yeah, here, trust, trust. I'm going to read the message of this for you. It's really trust. Trust the process, you know. All right. Amuata, Sage of Higher Knowledge. Seek what feels true, even beyond the logical. If something doesn't feel right, challenge it and dig deeper. Educate and inform yourself on matters of importance to you. Trust that your mind is strong and bright enough to do this. Enhance your self-esteem by researching for information and trusting your intuition to help you discern what is useful and true. Have faith in your own mental abilities. If others have criticized you or made you feel inadequate in understanding, cast that off as belonging to the past and not relevant to you now. You will become immune to manipulation by others who may be convincing but not necessarily accurate or helpful. Trust the power of your mind to receive and recognize the answer that you need. You will find your way. And I think, you know, this very is to me tuning with the energy of you feeling something's coming back from the past. And saying that actually you really need to listen and trust what you are receiving mentally to create what you need to create right now. So there is another message that is coming here, and that was the 8th of August. I'm sorry if you're hearing noise. It's the doggy that is scratching the door because it's wanting to come in. And it's, you know, the energy, because I feel she only has been coming for you, group 3. And I think is that irritation of receiving all of that but not knowing what to do. So I think that's the message of her going, and now she's gone. It's quite interesting. I am the perfect me. I believe that each lifetime before we are born, we choose our country, our color, our sexuality, and the perfect set of parents to match the patterns we have chosen to work on in this lifetime. Each lifetime, I seem to choose a different sexuality. So this is a book from Louise Hay. She's talking for herself. Sometimes I am a man, sometimes I am a woman. Sometimes I am heterosexual, sometimes I am homosexual. Each form of sexuality has its own area of fulfillment and challenge. Sometimes society approves of my sexuality and sometimes it does not. Yet at all time I am me, perfect, whole and complete. My soul has no sexuality. It is only my personality that has sexuality. I love and cherish every part of my body, including my genitals. And you know what I find interesting with this message coming is that to be able to create, we need to really tune in into our feminine aspect, you know, and the feminine aspect is based also in the sacral and the root chakra, and so because this is our creativity, and so maybe it's asked for you to tune in into that for sure, to actually materialize what you are receiving through the crown chakra. But I also think there could be, maybe you are wondering, you know, what you are, and maybe this is a message saying that actually you are who you are and your sexuality doesn't define you. It is a part of the personality for sure, but it doesn't define who you are as a soul, on a soul level. So maybe that's the message you need to hear today. And that whatever you choose, you are here to experience that in this lifetime. So if you feel the pull to experience a part of yourself that is like, oh, I don't know if I want to go there, just trust again where you are guided. So that's another message that is coming into this that I wanted to bring as well. Is there anything? No. So I think really also, I want to repeat that to you because the other card from the other deck, the crumbling, what are crumbling into your life is actually what we get for the collective. And there's two are stronger for you because that was actually here right now and I haven't seen it before. So I think if you see things crumbling around you a lot, just trust that it's a shred. It's like layers that don't need to be new, and that will help you also to tune in into your creativity side. Yes. Also, if you would like me to create a crown chakra oil for you, I'm going to put everything in the description below. I ship worldwide as well. That's it for today. I'm not hearing anything else. So I'm really sending you lots of courage again. Take what resonates to you in this message, let the rest aside. If you feel that someone needs to hear one of these messages, let them receive this and share the video with them. That's all for me today. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'm going to see you next week for another video. Bye!